So Nigel, I keep hearing people say that despite popular opinion and maybe common sense, people don't actually like being pitched to, and that what sales is really about is having conversations. But I went away after hearing that and I thought, well, what does that actually mean, and how can I take advantage of that?
Great. That's a great question. We hear this a lot. And so there's a few issues here. Firstly, conceptually, the one thing we have to get is no one cares, Tom, about your products and services. Sorry, viewers, no one cares about what you sell. They really don't. That's the last thing they want to talk about. But what do they want to talk about? If you're to have a meaningful conversation, they want to talk about their stuff. What they do, some of the challenges they're encountering, some of the symptoms of some of those challenges they're encountering. That's what the number one favorite topic for anyone in a conversation is, always themselves. So
Absolutely.
That's what we mean by having a conversation with someone versus pitching versus telling them about your stuff.
So getting them, allowing them, creating a situation where they can talk about themselves and they feel comfortable doing so.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
And the way to prevent that real conversation from happening is to talk about your products and services and features and benefits and solutions. That'll kill the conversation dead.
And why?
Because it's me, self-oriented.
Right. Okay.
And right away they'll see that you've got an agenda.
Yeah.
And they won't trust you.
Okay. And they probably don't really even care
And they
about your life, your products, your services.
They'll be very polite and they'll nod and they'll say, that's interesting, can you send me a proposal or whatever? And it'll go nowhere. Yeah. That is the opposite from what we're trying to encourage. We'll talk about this in further videos. But how can we ask super powerful questions? How can we have meaningful conversations? How can we have conversations that bring value to the prospect?
So they actually want to speak to us and they feel that they're talking about themselves.
Yes.
And they are talking about themselves.
So the money we make as a salesperson is directly proportional to the quality of the questions you ask, not the statements you make.
No.
When we're asking questions, we're having a conversation.
Yeah.
When I'm making statements like this, I'm just making statements.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So if my goal as a salesperson should be to start having conversations, how can I actually get started?
Okay. So I would suggest, and I'm sure some of the viewers here have their own ways of doing this, but we need an initial questioning strategy. And a simple one might be, depending where you are, let's say at the very beginning and you've never met this person before, simple questioning strategy I like to employ is past, present, future. So ask them one question about the past. Hey, Tom, before you did this, what was it that you were doing? Next question, now that you're doing this, what is it that most excites you about this? What is it that gets you up in the morning? Second question might be, what's next? What's on the horizon? And those three questions will very quickly tease out the arc of that person's life. They'll find you interested rather than interesting.
Absolutely.
And I would say that's another key rule. Be interested rather than interesting.
So in that scenario, I get to do my favourite thing, which is talk about myself.
That's Tom.
Yeah.
Don't start.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much.
Yeah. Okay. So that will work really well as three questions that will help someone open up. And what might be next once they're talking about themselves?
Well, I think that's a very important point. So the two things that we need to talk about next is, how do we make those conversations valuable? How can we bring value, and how do we demonstrate that? So we'll talk about that in a subsequent video, I think. And also, how do we finish off the conversation with specific action so it goes somewhere and just doesn't drift on? So what's that conversation sound like? So we'll do that in upcoming videos.
Fantastic. So the thing we need to remember now is past, present, future as a strategy for opening up conversations where it's not about us, it's about the person.
Stop
and they
selling, start having conversations.
get a chance to talk about themselves. Fantastic. Great. Thank you very much. So we hope this has been helpful. If you'd like to know more about initial questioning strategies, how you can open up conversations with the right people rather than the wrong kinds of people, and just really amp up your prospecting, then please put let's put prospecting in the comments below, or send me a message with the word prospecting in it, and then we can see if one of our seminars that we do here, Break the Rules and Close More Deals, might be right for you, and might help you really start to increase the value of your conversations in a sales environment. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you very much, and we look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.